Hi, welcome to another episode of Acro Yoga with Super Dave. Today our pose is cartwheels. Cartwheels are really fun to do and it leads into straddle bat, which is a foundational pose that leads to other transitions, which is why it's really important to learn. For my flyer today, I have Alice here. You've seen her in my other videos. I'm gonna have Alice demonstrate the pose for the flyer, and that way you can get an idea of what it looks like. So she's gonna take Warrior 2 stance. Okay, and then this pose is called Halfmoon Pose. She's gonna place her left hand to the ground and lift her right leg up. So notice she's stacking her hips, she's stacking her shoulders. This is kind of the entry into our cartwheels, as you'll see a little bit later on. Okay, Alice, come up. Now from here, lower down, Alice will start to walk close to me. In order to get the hand grip, a great technique is to have Alice come over my head, and then we'll grab our grip, and then she'll walk over to my hips. Okay, my peace fingers are wrapping around her forearms, and she's doing the same thing. I place the outer edge of my foot on her upper thigh. I want to keep my ankle right above my hip. A lot of my bases tend to have their foot out here. The reason why we don't have it out here is that when Alice loads her weight, my leg is just going to drop down towards the ground. Okay? So I want it here. I keep telling Alice to move in. We grab hands, and then she'll take Halfmoon Pose. She'll take that leg up. We're going to do no momentum, so she's just leaning. Once I feel her weight, then I'll transfer my leg up. And I'll place my other foot onto her hip. Notice my toes are slightly turned in, so I create a shelf for her thighs to rest on. Likewise for Alice, she's pulling her legs down towards the ground, so she's supporting me in that shelf. Our hands are together, she keeps her elbows bent. To come back out, I'm just going to do with control. Alice is going to land on the other side. Okay? If she's going to land her right leg down, I want to be pushing into her left hand so she can push in the hand and then lower the leg down. Okay? I'll push into this hand and then I'll bend my right knee so that I can lower her foot to the ground. And notice how she lands. She landed with her inside foot first and then her outside foot later. Okay? So once again, we'll demonstrate. She lifts the leg. She leans in. I press with my leg and I place my foot. Coming back out, I push in this hand this time, I bend my knee, and I try to land her foot as close to my hip as possible so that we can get ready for another cartwheel. So give that a few tries, going from side to side. Remember to practice both legs. Right side seems to be a little bit more comfortable for flyers and bass. And then try the left side too so you can get accustomed to that. So I'll teach you some other variations, a little bit more advanced variations, into star position. Okay, she'll just cartwheel halfway in, and then I'll place my foot onto her shoulder, and then I wait for her to transfer her weight, so her hips come over, then I straighten out this leg and place the other foot into star. She'll bend her elbows. To come down, I'll have her transfer her weight into her left shoulder, and then she'll lower her right hip down. And then I bend my knee, she lowers all the way to the ground. Okay, so once again, she cartwheels halfway in, place my foot on her shoulder, I wait for her to transfer her weight, straighten out my leg, place the foot. To come down, keep my foot close to her body, place it on the hip, and then she transfers out. Good. So that's an advanced variation that you can practice on your own. If you feel uncomfortable, you can use a spotter from behind. Okay, the spotter will just kind of trace the hips, the flyer's hip from side to side. This ends this episode for Acro Yoga with Super Dave. Tune in tomorrow for our next Acro Yoga pose.